Hey team, it's Bethany from Bethan Books and welcome back to this book haul. Over self-isolation time, I found Trade Me and they had lots of secondhand books, so I invested in a few. Now, BookTube and Bookstagram often promotes consumerism and materialistic things, in that the more books you have, the more kind of legitimate book lover you are. That is not the case. I just want to say that even more than that, 95% of the books I own are borrowed from the library, or friends have let me borrow their own version. So in no means do you need to own books to love them. Just putting it out there. I recently did just complete a massive unhaul of things, including some books. So I have some leaning shelves which are going to be filled. Let's make a start, shall we? Stabby, without hopefully stabbing the book. I also want to point out that these aren't going to be new releases or anything. A lot of these are just books that I've already read and loved and just wanted them as part of my collection. This one here is A Clash of Kings by George R. Martin because, let me scoot, because I have 4 in this type. I've got 1 in this type, and it annoys me that the entirety of the series is not complete. So I found some cheap ones to make this edition fully complete. So this is Clash of Kings by George R. R. Martin. Oh gosh, okay, good. Next one. Maybe scissors would be better than a knife, actually. Oh, that didn't work quite well. This one is Gone Girl by, is it Gillian or Gillian Flynn? Should I let you know a project I'm working on? Yeah, why not? I'm currently reading the top 5 books of the decade 2010 to 2020, and I've also started collecting the books for the decades of 2000s to 2010, and this is one of them that I'm going to read. I don't know if I'm going to bother going into the synopsis for these books because you guys already know what they're about, but this one has an award for being a thriller of the year, and I'm really excited because I've been slowly reading more and more thrillers, so that's always a good thing to delve into more. Next. The other one. So I now officially have completed my Game of Thrones series. So this is the other one, and then this is the right one that I need for my official... Oh, I got a little thank you note, that's cute. Official, I don't know what am I even saying anymore. Let's suss this one out now. Okay, that'll do for now. Right, next one. The Martian by Andy Weir. I actually don't know what this is about. Okay, he's stranded on Mars. He has no way to communicate. Oh, this is not going to be good. Sci-fi books or movies which are people stranded in space actually legitimately freak me out. I'm scared of them. I know they're not meant to be horror movies, but they genuinely I have nightmares. This sounds really scary. Okay, all right. This will be an interesting one. The Book Thief. I actually haven't read this before. I know it's a cult favourite, and Micah Suzak is really celebrated as being an amazing writer, and I just wanted to hop on the bandwagon. I've picked it up a couple of times from the, library, and this just chunkiness of it has put me off it every single time, and I've never actually read it. But I have seen the movie, but I can't actually remember that much about it except crying once, so might be a tearjerker for me. I absolutely loved this book so much when I read it. This is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This is my favourite Rainbow Rowell book that I think I've ever read. Yeah, I think that's a fair call, just because I love how freaking adorable Baz and Simon are. Granted, I thought book 2, what's it called? Can't remember what it's called now. I didn't think it was the greatest of the greats, but this one, it's just adorable. Hey, what a reveal that time. This is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Oh, look at can you see the letters? Oh, that's cool. Ooh, small minds. Oh, actually has the full price. This was originally $25, brand new. Honestly, is no one else, I don't know, bothered by how expensive books are? I don't want to take away like the money that the authors get. It's just sometimes hard for me to justify spending 25, 30 New Zealand dollars on a book. So super stoked I got this one secondhand. This is, oh, excuse me. I don't think I would normally pick this up by myself. I'm not a huge like historical fiction person. Pretty sure this is historical. Yeah, World War II Paris sort of story. I'm just not a huge history buff. I think that comes from bad experiences during high school. Not that I think history isn't important. I think it's really important. And when I find something interesting, I really love it. Like when we were in Thailand learning about Thai history, because you're there, you're absorbed. It seems more relevant. But when you're sitting in a classroom, it just never felt important to me. It felt very jumping through hoops, just getting your assignments done. So I've always strayed away from these historical fiction books, but I am pretty excited to see like what it's like from a Parisian perspective. World War II stories that I've seen or have experienced myself tend to be from like in Germany or England. Okay, this trilogy I bought on a whim, simply because I thought it would be a laugh. Oh man, I got it for like $5 for the whole trilogy, and I just couldn't say no. And I really want to do a like reading vlog with these. So, oh my gosh, why did it? Oh. I got the 50 Shades Darker trilogy. Man, when this came out, I remember everyone and their sister and mum, I don't know, every woman had heard of this, and somebody knew somebody who was reading it, and there was like lots of, should we be ashamed of reading this? What is essentially smut? But I'm gonna find out. I remember watching the the film for this one, and I thought the acting was bad at best. And I started watching the video for this. I keep saying video, the film for this, and I couldn't get past like 20 minutes before just having to put it down. These don't even feel red. They're like, spines aren't even cracked. Like, I'm gonna fix that. I'm a spine cracker. So, I know it's not a huge haul. I know that there are book hauls out there that span minutes and hours, and I'm not saying that's bad. Like, you can spend your money however you want, all of you book people out there, but for me, personally, that's just not what I did. So these are the books that I got. I can't even remember what Game of Thrones one it was now, but there we go. These are the books I got. If you want to see what my thoughts and opinions are, keep an eye out for a reading vlog for these. These will be in like a decades video. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching to the end. If you like this video and want to see more, please consider leaving a like and subscribe down below. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.